So, what do you do?
Do? As in...
As in, do you work? Do you study? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't know. Not a lot.
You don't do anything?
Not really.
Okay, cool. What do you want to do?
Right now.
I mean, in the future, like job-wise or
Christ,
whatever.
Tom, I've only just met you. This is a bit heavy.
Of course. I'm sorry. Where are you from?
Does it really matter? I mean, do you really care where I'm from?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm curious.
What are you going to ask me next? Do I have any brothers or sisters?
No?
Do I have any pets?
Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I can tell you're nervous.
What? No! I just thought we should start with the groundwork.
The groundwork?
Or, I mean...
The fuck the groundwork? If we can't make conversation, we'll never see each other again. And it doesn't make a difference. There's no point in being anxious.
I don't want to be boring though.
Don't be silly, it's fine. Just say whatever. I mean, you could have even told me you're a private investigator. You specialise in tracking lost or stolen exotic animals. Only last week you were tracking an escaped ostrich through the moors. You were tracking it for 3 days and just as all hope seemed lost. Yes, but that's just my point. It doesn't matter. I mean, you could have even offered to find one of my lost pets so you wouldn't know because you didn't ask if I had any.
That's stupid.
It's not.
At what point would I admit that I was bullshitting?
It wouldn't matter.
We wouldn't get anywhere.
Tom, no.
What?
You shouldn't have sugar with your coffee. It's so bad for you.
Right now I really don't
But for
care.
every cup of coffee
I
you
can't
drink.
straight coffee.
But
It
your
tastes-
heart,
I'm
your
21.
weight,
I'll
your
be fine.
hormones.
My hormones.
It's empty calories,
Only
Tom.
sweetener anyway. Do you have any pets?
Well, I had a cat, but he ran away. Didn't seem to get along somehow.
Really?
Yes. Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Does snorting sweetener have the same effect as snorting sugar?
What?
It gets you a little bit high for a few minutes, and the come down only involves a little bit of spaciness. I mean, it's no substitute for cocaine, but...
Cocaine?
Well, I've never tried it, but I imagine.
Oh my God! You know that probably is much better than drinking
Look,
it, right?
my point is, we can cut all this regular, boring shit. There are better things to talk about. Ask interesting things.
Okay, what kind of music do you
Oh
like?
God, not that.
Okay, what if money was no object?
That's fucking boring.
Okay, fine. What would win in a fight, a bear or a gorilla?
What kind of bear?
Big fucking Alaskan grizzly!
Jeez, Tom, that's not fair. I guess I'd support the gorilla. I don't know. Look, Tom, I like you, but I have to go.
I'm not sure what that just proved.
Can't people have guards? Whatever. You learn more. Remember this. The easiest way to immediately ascertain anyone's real character is to lick their face.
To be honest, I'm not sure if I know you really well or not at all.
You know me well enough. Keep at it, by the way.
Thanks. I'll see you around then.
For sure.
There's one thing, right? Okay, so people think that London has like the monopoly on like wackadoo musicians. Man, I'm telling you, okay, there's something fucking big that's happening right here.
Okay, do
up
you want to
north,
go?
and we're in the fucking epicenter of it, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, now check this out. Okay, I was just around the corner, like in this converted garage, and there was like a band showcase, and I was like just writing about it from my blog, you know.
Yeah.
And oh my god, it was so good. Okay, there were like these 3 goth girls that came on there, and they had like these huge, long, flowing robes, man. Okay, they had like accordions and glockenspiels.
Yep.
They were just like wailing away at that stuff.
Wait, is that how you play a fucking glockenspiel? You just wail away?
Yeah, you just wail. That's the best way to do it. That's how they were doing it, man.
Okay,
I
sure.
swear to God. Okay. Oh my God, it was so good. Okay, and they got like these local artists to decorate, and it was like a space theme, and it was like you're flying through a fucking nebula or something, dude. Like, it's crazy. Oh man. I felt like it was a transcendental experience, like seriously, like spiritual kind of shit. It was like profound, and it was like so much smoke. I couldn't actually see anything, but like I felt it, you know, like I actually felt the music. It's surreal, man, and it was like.
Do you want to maybe get out of here?
Yeah, man.
Okay, find a different cafe. So what else up there?
Well, there was like this porno that was like projecting on the wall.
Cool, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, it was really cool. I didn't get it at all. It was like, yeah, it's cool, you know, man.
Hi. How are you? Amazing. You know, the amazing, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks. It's a beautiful day today.
I guess so. I know. It has been beautiful before.
It's about time too.
Yeah. Won't last very long.
Gotta make the most of it.
Scotland for you, 4 seasons in a day.
As soon as the sun's out, everyone's lying around outside.
Shirts off, BO everywhere, nipples like football studs.
Oh, speaking of clothes, you have good taste.
Oh, cheers, your jacket's pretty awesome.
Oh, thanks. Can I ask why though?
Oh, I need more than one coffee these days.
Right. Yeah, I'm addicted to the stuff.
It's horrible.
I just can't function without it.
I get so crabby.
I'm like a zombie.
Yeah, well, I'm like a
You've got the
crab.
colour for it at least.
Oh, cheers, cheers. Where'd you get your jacket from?
Oh, £20 from a charity shop.
Fuck off. Is that cashmere?
I don't know. It's blue. I'm not really into fabric.
All right. I can't see shit those things.
So, what's your favourite album?
What? Seriously?
Yeah, I don't know.
Should we start with the groundwork?
The groundwork.
Yeah, the basics, like who you are, where you're from, you know, etc., etc.
I just thought we could cut the crap. Get down to the real stuff, like what's your favourite animal? Do you prefer your socks to be flannel or unflammable? Have you ever hung a dead hamster from a bonsai tree and pretending you committed suicide?
You can't get away from small talk, Tom. It's like the backbone of every conversation.
Of course. Sorry.
Look, if you ask me what kind of music I'd like, I'd just say a bit of everything. I'm afraid I'm not that interested.
Of
So.
course. Sorry. So, where are you from?
Just Dundee. Haven't gone anywhere, haven't moved much.
I'm sorry. Could you take the mask off, please? You don't have to if you don't want to.
I'm sorry, I'm so shit.
Please, don't apologise.
It's just,
Sorry.
I deal with enough rejection in my line of work as it is, you know.
Shit, man.
I know, hormones and cell damage,
No,
but
I mean the sit.
I'm an actor.
You're playing Spider-Man.
No, this is just to make ends meet. My family think I've been a part of the RC for the past year, so forgive me if I want to seem inconspicuous. Yeah.
There's no one here. There's hardly anyone here. I prefer cafes with less people.
I prefer anywhere with no people there. Along with other things about me, my knowledge of Dundee is shit. Not like I've lived here my whole life. I wouldn't normally even have anyone to go to coffee with, so...
Well, I'm here now. Tell me about your job.
Well, temporarily I work for Westport Entertainment Limited. We do kids' birthday parties, Christmas parties, sometimes functions. I'm in the superhero department. It's close to acting anyway.
Sounds really interesting. You don't like kids?
Well, I like kids. Look, kids I can handle. It's just the false enthusiasm that gets to me, you know? That and the fucking suit.
What's wrong with the suit?
3 problems that faces everyone that dresses as Spider-Man for work. 1. Spandex insulates but doesn't let sweat out. 2. Stains and smells don't wash out easy. And 3. There's no padding and it's bright red. That cunt Peter Parker must have had some real self-control.
Keep it down, man.
What?
Pardon your French.
I beg your pardon?
French?
Directions?
Can I help you?
Yes! 2 refills, please.
Would that really be an issue at a kids' party?
Tom, it can be an issue at any time. I'm not a paedophile?
I'm just messing with you. I'm sure you get all the proper checks to work in that kind of business anyway.
Well, you'd think that.
What do you mean?
I mean, they're not as careful as you may think.
Has that sort of thing ever happened?
Can you keep a secret?
Okay.
Promise not to tell anyone else.
Okay.
It's a depressing story. I'd been working at Westport for about 2 years when it happened. Before I tell you any of this, you should know that the company is pretty dodgy. The managers don't really care. We were only hired because we were cheap and would work overtime, which we still not being paid for. The worst part was how lazy they were with the character reference checks. You know, applicant's background, previous experience. In that sense, I guess it was only a matter of time. Let's just call him Hulk. That was always his character. He had started working at Westport a couple of months before and seemed like a regular guy. Or at least compared to everybody else who worked there. In fact, if anything, he seemed kinder, you know. He'd ask you questions and he'd really listen to you. Depressingly, he was probably the closest thing I had to a friend.
Hey, it's Captain America! Woo! Woo! Okay, so we got 3 balls, 3 cups, so...
Still, somebody should have noticed something wasn't right. That was the trouble with Westport. No one paid attention to each other or cared.
2!
We were all focused on getting through each gig without having a nervous breakdown. Not that I was any better.
3 balls! Woo!
We were all just disappointed.
Scared me. Don't worry about it, man.
What if someone recognizes me?
They won't. They won't.
My parents? I can't carry on with this lie. All the judgment and disappointment.
Come on.
I think I'm living in Russia right now.
Well, they're not going to find you if they're not looking for you.
Well, you know what? They might. What then? We were working a difficult job the day it happened. The kids were slightly older than usual, and past the parcel and musical statues were not going down so well. We were just getting ready to bring the cake through when I noticed an article in the paper. I guess being stabbed in the back was nothing new. Sometimes you think someone is honest, but more often than not they turn out to be a liar. Apparently I wasn't the only one hiding in costume. He had committed countless petty crimes, but was most notorious for being an exhibitionist. He'd work some job, expose himself to a large audience, then disappear, somehow create a new identity and start again somewhere else. I don't know if it was some impulsive personality disorder, and he couldn't help himself, or if it was premeditated and that was how he got off, and he just didn't care. Whatever, I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I guess. More importantly, the man was a ticking time bomb. Who knows where or to whom he would expose himself next? There was a picture that caught my attention. A certain black jacket look. I put the pieces together. There was no chance I would risk this bloody happening to my kids. I was in charge. They were my responsibility, and they trusted me. To the younger ones, I wasn't just some weirdo failure in a cheap suit. I really was Captain America. I really was a hero. It turns out I was only just in time.
There's no way to run!
I'm glad I was the one to stop him. I suppose it's the one thing I actually managed to do right, if nothing else.
What was your favorite subject in school?
Drama.
I don't like drama. I get really bad stage fright.
Yeah.
Sorry?
What's that?
I don't know. I've had ever since I was little, so.
What's it that scares you? Is it just going on stage and all the people?
I never really knew where it originated from. It just kind of happened.
Well, that's fair.
Westport managed to keep the whole thing fairly quiet, and I said I'd do so as well. I need the money.
Right. So.
And I suppose the job isn't the worst thing ever. Not all the time.
Do you have a favorite band?
No, not really.
No?
That's incredible. You know, you're not just a fuck up in a cheap suit.
Shut up, Tom. You want to get out of here?
Okay.
Hey, man.
Hey.
You like your random questions, don't you?
Yeah, they're good fun.
So, if I were an animal, I'd be a dog. I'd lie in the sun, be on my own, and I'd do nothing.
Sounds relaxing. I feel a little lonely.
Well, you don't really get laid in a Spider-Man costume, don't you?
Do you reckon that's what you want?
I don't know. It's just nice to talk to someone normal. Everybody else I know is insane. Shit, man, this is heavy. Ask me another random one.
Okay. If you were in one of these buildings, which building would you be?
I wouldn't be a building. I'd be a ship. I'd be the Discovery.
You think you're trapped in the harbour? Trampled on by tourists?
Well, I was going to say sturdy and majestic, but, that'll do. Which building would you be?
Me?
Yeah.
I'd be that one. In the middle. 8 down. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's just feels right. Something about it.
Come on, man. It's like every other building. It's 1 in 1,000.
I don't know. But you're forgetting. The Discovery entertains hundreds of people. It's a landmark at Dundee. It's famous.
Yeah, well, I wish it... Fuck it, hell. I'm such a downer. I'm so sorry, Tom.
Be silly.
I never used to be like this. It's just...
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm so boring.
Come on. Playing Spider-Man is more interesting than my job, at least. Give yourself some credit. It's like what they always say. The grass may seem greener on the other side,
Yeah.
but you just have to water your own plants. And then they'll also be green. Look, you have friends, okay? That's what I'm trying to say to you. It's clearly obvious from the way you talk. It's... Give yourself some credit.
Would you call us good friends?
Maybe.
Alright, okay. Good acquaintances.
Yeah. Yeah, good acquaintances.
Alright, cool. Look, man, I got this gig I need to head off to tonight. I need to make like an apple and fuck off.
That's cool. Do you want to do this again sometime?
Yeah, next week.
Sounds good.
You can kiss your own ass till then.
Something like that, but it's massive, right? And
No, it's definitely a bear.
Everybody says that, but I reckon...
People say it for a reason, man.
No, right.
Bear's 12 foot tall.
That wouldn't matter. In a dense jungle environment, the gorilla
What's
would
the gorilla
walk
going
it.
to do? Climb a tree or something? I mean,
It could do that.
that's just running away from your issues. That's not solving it.
Thank you.
Oh, it's not a problem. Sorry. How are you?
Fine. You?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm okay. No, I'm good. Where are you from?
Wrocław?
Oh, cool. Where is that?
It's Poland.
Oh, yeah, of course. Are you just Polish then?
Yeah.
Cool. So, do you study? Do you work?
Mechanical engineering at Edinburgh.
Oh, right. I hear there aren't a lot of girls that take that.
You know, a lot of people think that.
Oh. Right, sorry. Do you like Edinburgh?
It's a beautiful city. I just thought I'd come up and visit Dundee.
Cool. Yeah, visiting. Nice. Do you like Dundee?
It's nice.
Yeah, what's your favourite part of Dundee? Are there any films or books or anything that you might be interested in?
I don't know, I couldn't say. I like Disney films.
Oh yeah? Oh, me too. Well, that is if you include Pixar, but of course you're going to include Pixar. Oh, sorry. Which ones?
I couldn't say which ones in particular.
Do you have any pets?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, see you soon. Hey!
Refill?
Yeah, please. You've got to help me, man.
What? Why?
Did you not see that? I was bombing.
You're doing amazingly. What are you talking about?
That was the most awkward thing I've ever had to do.
Your conversation skills are just fantastic. No, it's fine.
Really?
Yeah, just keep talking about her. That's the main thing. You know?
She doesn't talk back.
Oh, it doesn't matter, man. You'll work it out, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Sure. Catch you later.
Bye. Missed you. Do you think anybody has ever inhaled coffee? I mean like inhaled coffee with their lungs. Do you think people could live in coffee? Not on coffee, but like in coffee, like some sort of caffeinated fish. Do you think badgers are racist? Do you think you could hug a pigeon? Do you think badgers know even what race is? Do you think you could spoon a porcupine? Do you think they could win a race against a hippo? Which Sex and the City character do you think you most likely are? Because they're both quite slow, but one of them is massive. You'd probably have to get spooned by the porcupine to be honest. I would be the one that is most likely to have sex on the third date. That's who I think I am. What shape do you think that is? Because I kind of see a person. Could you fork a spoon? Could you spin a fork? Do you think that's how they got sporks? And what do you think the knives were doing during this time? What flavour cake would you be? How many trains would it take to go into a tunnel before it became sexual?
Couldn't care.
Do you think berries are citrus? No, they can't be citrus. That's crazy talk. This is fun. Don't you think this is fun? This is quite fun. It's kind of like we're in Sex and the City. How much sugar do you think you could fit in coffee and still call it coffee? Have you ever thought about what it would feel like to be pickled? How much sugar constitutes a children's cereal? That's pretty bad, isn't it? You don't get much fruit in there. What's your favourite kind of citrus? Do you like citrus? What kind of face do you make when you have citrus? What kind of vegetable would you be? Would you be ones that sit on the ground? Would you like to sit on the ground for an entire week? I'm not asking for us to do that. I'm just saying, you know, if you wanted to sit on the ground, I can make that happen for you.
Hey, how you doing? How you been?
Hey, yeah, good.
Yeah, you look good.
Yeah, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm great.
Good. Thanks for coming.
Oh, sure. No, it's good. It's my pleasure.
Nice.
I really like it here. This is cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
I like this though. This is fun. I like it.
Cool. So, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Okay. You want to hear a story? You want to
Yeah,
hear?
sure.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell you a story. Okay, this is a good story. So me and this girl, okay, we've been going out now for a couple of months. We've gone stay.
Nice,
I guess she's
okay.
my girlfriend. I guess. Like,
Congratulations.
That's
yeah.
the natural progression of things, which is really good.
Yeah,
And you know, there's lots of really good things about our relationship. Mainly, you know, we're young, so there's lots of like this going on in the bedroom,
Okay.
which is like it's great fun, and that's a really good part of the relationship. Okay, but we
yeah.
do have this problem.
Right.
She still lives with her mother. She's in her early 20s. That's a bit
That's
weird.
not
Still
that
living with
weird.
your mother.
No,
But we
that's
come to
not-
terms with it.
that's
Maybe
not that-
you
No, I don't.
know people
Right.
who still live with their mother, and so that's
Okay,
fine.
well,
we
no.
come to terms with it. Except, okay, the walls in the flat, they're quite thin. So the mother, you know,
That's-
she hears everything that's going on in the bedroom. You know, she hears
Stop
the
doing
squeaking
that.
of the bed and everything, which is
Please,
it's
okay, this isn't
embarrassing.
really-
But we
this
come to terms with it.
isn't
Like, we have to
appropriate.
do that. We don't have anywhere else to go, so we
Don't
just
you have
we
a
just
place?
come to terms with
You
that.
must
We'll be
have-
fine.
Right.
Okay, except me and my girlfriend. Okay, we went out and we were drinking the other night, and we come back and we, you know, you're going at it like
my
this.
God.
And I'm piling the condoms
Piling?
up.
How many
next to the
condoms do
bed,
you use?
Which would be fine. You know, I'm not a monster. I'm going to deal with the condoms
That's-
later. But
you
you
s-
know, that's
that-
fine.
yeah,
Except
that
the
is
mother
quite
comes
bad.
in the morning to clean, and who cleans on a Sunday morning anyway? It's
A lot of
ridiculous.
people
Except,
clean on the
you know,
morning.
and I'm
Right,
panicking because she's going to see this. She's going to be angry at me. She's going to be
Right,
angry
no,
at my
right,
girlfriend. It's
that's-
terrible.
well,
So I panic and I grab this giant pile of condoms
no.
and I stuff them in an old
Please.
sock I had lying around like a
Please.
dirty sock, and I'm going to deal with it
this
later.
is-
But I'm
no,
just putting
right,
them there
this
for
is
now.
just- everything's
Except I
wrong
go
with
away,
this story.
and the
This
mother
is not
she gets
good.
confused and she thinks the sock is hers. She thinks like the sock is in with her,
what does
so
that
she
mean? Ow.
takes the condom sock and she puts it in the washing machine
oh,
with her clothes.
God, please,
she's washing
stop,
gunk and
please,
she's washing
please,
condoms and
please,
she's washing clothes
please,
all in the
just
same place, and it's
stop,
terrible.
please,
And
this
she
is
takes them out,
not
and like
okay.
these clothes
This
are
is-
crispy and they're crunchy,
God,
and she's and they're covered in
crunchy.
condoms, and she's going ballistic at my
Okay,
girlfriend.
no,
She's yelling.
no,
She's like,
right.
"Oh my
Why
God, look
would
at this!"
you-
at my
right,
girlfriend.
yes,
She panics,
well,
so she
no,
blames
please,
it on
listen,
her brother, and her brother lives there as well. But it's clearly not his sock because you know
God.
he's quite foppish, and I'm not saying he's gay or anything. It'd be fine if he was. I don't have a problem. It's okay. But you know, it's clearly not his sock. So the mother, she goes back to my girlfriend and she's like, "Ah!" going at my girlfriend, and my girlfriend calls me because she's like, "Ah!" because I'm banned from their flat now. I'm not allowed to go back there, which is terrible. Because where are we gonna get this going on? I just don't know. Like, are we gonna go to some skeevy Hollywood hotel type thing and have sex? Like, that would be just horrible. Or if we went to like a field, you know how teenagers have sex in a field and be having sex in a field like a couple of kids. Like, where else can we go? Like, I don't know where.
Rhapsody in Magenta. K.S. Amour. I am a swallow sailing through evanescent clouds. I remember through the dewy grey of yesteryear we lay, talking. She stared into me with medallion eyes of celestial magenta, with a morsel of rose dashed upon ivory cheeks, with breasts like signs of honor and ruling victory. whispered, "Vive la Revolution."
That's beautiful.
I was unicycling through the narrow wines of Edinburgh, and this girl, I remember she came up to me and she looked me straight in the eyes and she said, "What the hell are you doing here?" And that really got me thinking. What am I doing in the grand scheme of things? And really, in that moment of existential crises, it really blossomed into something beautiful.
Yeah, cool. So, how are you anyway?
I'm fine, fantastic. Just relaxing, drinking the aromatic poison. You really got to remember, this is the bonfire of today, Tom.
I guess I never really looked at it in that way.
Well, you gotta keep your mind open. That way, life can come through.
You seem to have things pretty worked out.
Well, we'll see, won't we? When our portraits have been filled in, so to speak.
Okay. So tell me about yourself. The groundwork. I mean, the basics.
What's there really to tell? I grew up just outside the cities. Took a year out to go traveling the world. My parents split up when I was just a kid, and I turned that pain into fuel for my art. Currently working at Debenhams, I was really trying to find myself, but there was nothing. So I came to Dundee, studied photography. I think my favourite bands are probably The Cure, The Drums, and of course Radiohead. I think the Smiths and the Beatles are overrated. My favourite directors are Paul Thomas Anderson, Darren Aronofsky, and Jim Jarmusch. I drive a shitty blue Diazzo. I hate politics and politicians, and if I were an animal, I think I'd be a cat. But like something unique and ironic, like a mink skin. Or a pixie bob.
Awesome. So what's Debenhams?
Can we not talk about work?
Sorry, yeah.
I mean, we're here. It's now.
Sorry. Where are you from then?
I just told you that.
Yeah. Of course, sorry. Sorry.
Close your eyes and tell me what it is that you see.
I don't see anything.
I see 1,000 Vestal virgins stood on dark sands, walking into darker waters, the waves licking at their thighs like the tongues of 1,000 lavacious leopards. I think what you first see, Tom, really defines how you feel. How do you feel, Tom?
I feel like a rhino. He keeps bashing his head against a tree, but it just won't fall down.
Oh, sounds like bad chai. That'll clear your chakras, Drink some green tea or something.
Don't start. Don't even start.
No need to get upset. No wonder you're so bipolar.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, I'm sorry for taking home. Please, continue.
What do you mean?
Well, you're the one who's been asking the questions here, right?
Sorry.
You know, Tom, there comes a time when you're talking to someone where you've covered all the groundwork, and the only thing left to do is to branch out into something new.
But we've only just met.
Well, in that case, allow me to ask you a question, Tom, okay? Why are we here?
Literally or existentially?
Literally. What are we doing here? I'm all for spontaneity, but I'm intrigued.
How do you mean?
I mean, are you so impulsive as to invite a random stranger out for a cup of coffee, or is there something else?
Not really. It's more like a project. My plan is to go for coffee with as many strangers as possible. So people that I meet in cafes or clubs or, you know, on the train. The idea behind it is if there's no connection, then there's no consequences.
Does that make you feel safer?
No, but it's more interesting. If we don't get on, then, you know, we'll never meet again, and that's fine. If we do, that person could become a best friend or a girlfriend, you know, whatever.
Now that is fascinating. Do they serve alcohol here?
I don't think so. This is a cafe. And it's 3 in the afternoon.
2 Scarlet O'Haras and a bowl of olives, please. Alcohol, my friend, is the ultimate social laxative.
Don't you mean lubricant?
I choose my words carefully.
All I'm saying is that's rude.
Relatively good fashion decision.
It's rude.
I don't
it's
see
not
any
fashion.
problem with
You
it.
need to just
It
take
looks
off,
good.
take
I
it
look
off.
good in this
No,
sky.
take
Don't
it
you
off.
take up.
Right, it's done. It's done now.
Look, the terrain doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where it is, right? Okay, on a bear, 5 of the 6 ends of a bear are covered in knives.
You're thinking of a tank, man.
I'm thinking of a tank. I'm thinking of one of those Japanese knife tanks.
You know, Mormons don't like magnets.
Car police.
Come on.
No!
Right, faster.
No, slow down!
Faster.
Slow
Here
down!
we
I'm gonna fall! I'm gonna fall!
Don't let go, Tom.
I'm gonna fall! I'm gonna puke! I'm gonna puke! I'm gonna puke!
All I'm saying is, you know, it drops off after season 5. You know, they get different writers in. It gets kind of disappointing, and the jokes get really silly. Because, you know, it's not what SpongeBob's about.
Yeah.
Alcohol, right? Yes. Alcohol separates the man from the beast.
Can't be good for your chai, though.
Oh. But it does offer a brief respite from the pains of existence.
Give it a break, man.
Oh?
Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to...
I'm not the one who picks the cafe with the pretentious name.
What do you mean?
There you go again. Questions.
That doesn't count. Besides, questions, small talk, it's the backbone.
Yeah, whatever.
Sorry.
I believe I misjudged you, Thomas. You're not impulsive.
I'm sorry.
Look, stop it! You have nothing to apologize for. All you're doing is taking meaning away from the word, okay? You obsessively self-deprecate.
Do you tell everyone how they currently stand?
There you go again. Questions. You assume that you're a blank slate, that everybody else is more interesting than you. I mean, give yourself some credit. At the very least, you're committed.
What do you mean?
I mean, okay.
even if nothing comes of this project, okay, you'll have achieved something, you know? You're inherently afraid of not being interesting, but you refuse to let anything tell you otherwise. I used to be like you. No, really. I went skydiving. I tried acid. I had a threesome. I learned to play Angel of Death on a glockenspiel. But eventually, you realise that all the mundane shit you've ever done, it all means something. And it's not until you're lying drunk at the side of the road with a knot in your brain that you realise that no matter what happens, I'm going to look back on this time and smile. These are the good old days.
I certainly hope not.
Well, that's just because you're unhappy. No, you're unhappy, you're lonely, and this project is you grasping in the dark for something better. You're throwing yourself into the wind, hence the questions.
Oh, why didn't you explain it to me since you're so fucking perceptive?
You question others because you don't want to question yourself. You let other people unload their problems onto you because you don't want to face your own. But by refusing to put yourself on the same level as anyone else, you can only ever have acquaintances, not friends. You've got to think of yourself, Thomas. Otherwise, your project has failed. Nothing's come of it.
Hey. Are you alright?
I'm fine. Just waiting on someone.
I'm sorry, I'm being really rude.
No, not at all.
Do you fancy company?
Yeah, all right. What?
Oh no, it's stupid. I suddenly have no idea what to say.
We don't have to say anything.
It's fine by me.
Sorry, I'm not very good at this.
It's fine, honestly. Each poem is just coming out worse than the last anyway. Any distraction is brilliant right now.
You Write poetry?
Well, not good poetry.
Believe me, I've probably heard worse. Sorry.
What for?
I just don't think I'm very good at this.
At what?
I don't think I know how to start a conversation anymore.
Start with anything.
I guess. But, look, would knowing where you're from, or what you do, or what you want to do really help us get along more? I mean, even if we were to get along, could we do so equally well without knowing these things? I know I'm overthinking this, but I don't know you. I don't know if we'll ever see each other again. I mean, even if we were to get some sort of interesting story or interesting anecdote or whatever from each other, would it really matter? Like in the grand scheme of things? Whether we were to go through the basics or just talk complete nonsense, it would just come out as complete nonsense, right?
Look, I can go if you like. I really don't mind. Look, I don't know why you insist that you're not good at talking. I mean, straight away, you can't be entirely hopeless, right? Didn't you say you were waiting on a friend?
Oh. I don't know if it's a friend exactly. We've only met the once.
Where exactly is the defining line for you?
I don't know. Just don't seem to get very far with people. Look, it's a long story. I had this kind of project.
Tell me about it.
Basically,
I hate this poetry painting Dave O'Connor bullshit. Don't you? I don't know. I think there's actually something.
No, don't say the 80s.
It's much like the 80s. No,
You're
not.
deny. How can you say just because we have a fascination with windbreakers, you can bring the 80s and everything?
Oh, come on. Okay, think about it. The fact that this is like totally ironic, but like also sincere. Just like
it's
the 80s.
ironic.
It's so sincere.
It's the glue of the 20th century. It really is.
I think that the 20s was probably the most culturally immature time.
Do you want some more coffee?
yeah, could do. Just give me a second.
You know, I really don't know what you're worried about. All the pressure isn't just on you to make friends with somebody or have a conversation, especially with a total stranger.
I know it shouldn't be. It's just, I think that I am the problem. Maybe if I was better.
Well, what did you want to get out of it exactly? At least you've got some good stories.
They're not. They're just awkward.
Okay. Well, even so, maybe you should just stick to your own friends for a while.
Even still, it would have been nice if this came to, anything.
You know, I don't really think it's your fault. You've probably just been unlucky. I mean, and I feel really arrogant saying this, talking about myself, but I know the feeling of knowing what you want to say, but it just never coming out right. All my projects are just awful, and I know you probably want to say that they're not because you're really nice, but they are.
I mean, I've obviously not read anything, but you do seem as though... Thank you. I mean, you seem as though whatever you do is going to be really honest, and you can express yourself, which... That's a good thing. I'm sorry, I'm not expressing myself really well, but the thing is, you're good at creating things, you must be.
You don't have to say that.
Really admirable.
I don't know what your equivalent would be. Hey, maybe you should have a party and invite everybody from this project to Cubist. See how they respond to each other.
Yeah, well, you know, if you analyse my sentence, Cubism is brilliant.
No, because the 80s did it with cocaine.
I'm telling you, cocaine is the best thing ever.
And you think our conversation sounds like nonsense?
No, not at all. I'm really enjoying myself.
You don't think that with this poetry thing I'm trying to make myself sound special or intelligent? Or...
No, look. Come on now. If that's what you want to do, then, you know, fuck it. Who cares what anyone else thinks? If that makes you pretentious, then go for it. You know, you don't act as though you think you're a master at it.
Well, it's really, really nice of you to say that. But you shouldn't be so ready in your praise, though, because you haven't actually read anything of mine. But thank you, anyway. Okay, can I read you something?
Yeah.
If it's alright, I'd rather read you a silly one. I'd feel less disappointed if you hated a silly one.
Sure, go for it.
Okay, I also feel this one is kind of weirdly relevant.
Awesome.
It's about a tea party, but all the guests are different artists from various isms and movements throughout history.
Alright.
The dinner guests enter uncomfortably, staring self-consciously at each other. Conversation turns around in self-fulfilling circles. People don't quite know what they're talking about, but they say it with potency. And slowly they get drunk. The bitter YBAs attempt to mock the bitter stuckists, but fighting turns to fucking after differences are settled. Meanwhile, Yoko Ono is crying to hang out again with Fluxus. For old time's sake, she yelps, I never loved him really. The Dadaists try not to be seen with the Surrealists. Idiots always think they're related. William Blake is mocking the romantics, cowards all they are, whilst looking wistfully past the drug-loved hippies, marrying envy and sadness with heaven and hell. The bloggers take Instagram photos, missing countless opportunities to actually enjoy themselves. The Impressionists have stumbled upon the hippie stash and accidentally become Cubists. The Decadents are stealing my wine and trying with some luck to fuck anything with long hair and a surly demeanour. Outside, the Beats are having cigarettes and, like me, we're hoping that everyone would get on better. Or at least, it sounds that way. They talk so quickly without punctuation. And who let William Burroughs bring his gun? Some young book knight is shitting on a plate, impressing the postmodernists, though they wouldn't admit it. All this is happening well after the Renaissance have left, save a few who drink more and chat in hushed tones with the realists. They could never have predicted that it would be like this. They're secretly pleased. Upon the party, the internet artists descend, laying waste to everything. Picasso is seen to be showing some interest in their more horrifying material. He'll email them his drawings later, but never get a response. James Joyce is having a ball, slapping everyone on the back and telling dirty jokes. Wolfe and Eliot trying not to be seen with him. McDermott falls down pissed on my coffee table, and McGonagall starts writing a terrible poem about it, the other Scots humouring him tenderly. A lesser-known group tries to hold the floor, something about a happening or an incoherency. But then Van Gogh starts getting emotional and everyone leaves. I stare about the party's rubble, wide-eyed and depressed. These artist types, I love them all, but fuck, they make a mess. Warhol stays to help me tidy, though he's only feeling guilty. He sleeps on the sofa, but he's gone by morning sun. No new knowledge gained. But apparently, Warhol had been filming the entire thing, unbeknownst to anyone. He says there's a sex scene.
Well done, that was really good.
Thank you
I really enjoyed that. Hey, how's it going?
I'm good, man. Good.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I'm good.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
This is Mark.
Oh, hi Mark, I'm Evelyn.
Nice to meet you, Evelyn. Hi.
Yes, this is Evelyn.
Yes. I'm sorry about that.
Do you know each other, or how did you meet, or?
We've only just met about 15 minutes ago.
Something like that, yeah.
I'm Tom, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
I think there's bigger tables downstairs.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Oh, by the way, I like your outfit and your hair.
Oh, yeah, it's new. By the way, I think thinking about the job.
Oh, awesome. Did it go okay?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm the superhero.
He's an actor.
Anyway.
I'm sorry, I'm really incredibly late.
don't worry about it. I do think this place is closing next like half an hour though, so we could switch to alcohol.
Yeah, I'd love that, yeah.
Good alcohol?
You fancy coming?
Yeah, sure. That sounds really nice.
Sweet.
But backtrack 1 second. You said you were a superhero?
Oh no, I'm a children's entertainer.
This is a very good one though.
Oh, I do know how to make a child cry.
It's not difficult. They're such emotional beings.
Yeah, so true. So true.
Moving on, I was writing a poem about a superhero today. Yeah, I forgot to say, just when I was bumping into you today, I was all stressed out because I just couldn't finish the thing.
What poem? What did you write about?
Well, it's mostly about, you know, the split personality of being a superhero. This guy has no confidence during the day and then he puts on the mask at night and he becomes someone else.
I can kind of relate to that. Yeah, so it's you kind of like becoming a different person in a way. By becoming a superhero.
Yeah, and then maybe you might lose track of who's your real self, what you project to the world, or something that's like constant. The difficulty of living two lives, and kind of the central character of the poem is a person who doesn't feel like he has much of an identity during the day, is really unconfident. He doesn't really have very good relationships with the people around him, but then he puts on his mask and his costume and is suddenly free. Thank you guys. So how long have you been doing the children's entertainment?
Well, for quite a while now. I really should have done.
Sorry, guys. Sorry to interrupt. I'm just going to go for a smoke. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Just gotta have one.
Watch your head.
Sorry guys. Alright.
Yeah, I've been in Dundee for a while.
So you grew up here?
I know, I've been trying to escape it, but I haven't been able to yet.
I guess everyone feels a bit like that about their hometown.
I know. Tom doesn't though. Tom doesn't. He's so nice.
He's such a nice guy.
There are many other places, my friend. Our paths will cross again before the end. Find your way with many solemn tools, they'll lead you on. Run from all they've taught you, my friend. These heroes take as much as they can lend. They'll find your other side before you're out, before you're gone. These many miles of painted smiles will flake away your skin, so find a way to wash away the paint before you thin. You may not speak to every person fate would have you meet, but don't retreat, don't retreat. Right, like no one before you. Swim, like you worship the sea. Fight, but not like you mean it. Love, but do it with me. Live every day you've commandeered, my dear. We've battled tooth and nail to wind up here. I know deep in your mind you have a plan. Let's get it out. I hope that I stay with you, my dear, and pick and choose our battles through the years. But even if we don't, we have today, I have no doubt. These caffeine pills and patterned tendrils painted on your skin will lead you down a winding road you're sure enough to win. So find that sweet uncertain spot where everything's okay, and then just stay, then just stay. Write like no one before you. Swim like you worship the sea. Fight, but not like you mean it. Live, but do it with me. Fall, but land in your bedroom. Sleep, but be sure to wake. Take, but not what you're given. Be proud of what you make.